So let's turn the cards. Major Arcana, another Major Arcana. This is for your career, and you have the King of Pentacles, and you have another Major Arcana. Holy cow, look at that. Namaste, my wonderful Virgo friends. Welcome to my channel. My name is Celine. I'm a counseling psychologist, a hypnotherapist, and an intuitive tarot reader. I blend both spiritual insight and psychological interpretation in my readings. Now, this is your general reading for the month of July, where we're going to explore the energy surrounding your love life, your career, and your finances for the month ahead. Now, if you like more personalized guidance, then don't forget to check out my weekly readings on this channel. Now, before we begin, I would just like to tell you that the month of July, according to the Vedic calendar, carries the energy of gaining wisdom, embracing spiritual growth, and honoring the mentors, the teachers, and the guides who has been lighting up our path. It is also a beautiful time for learning, reflection, and deepening our connection with our inner truth. So, with all this intention in our hearts and minds, let's begin by clearing the space and releasing all negative energies. Now I'm going to invite your spirit guides, your higher self, and your ancestors to be present during this reading. Now the sound may be a little loud for some of you, so please turn down the volume. Okay, so let's begin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one card for each week. So I'm going to pull 4 cards for 4 weeks. The first one I'm going to do is for the general. So let's see in general for the whole of July what you need to expect. Now also please remember this is a collective reading. So take only what resonates and leave the rest. Also it'll be great if you can help me grow my channel by liking it, subscribing it, and by sharing the videos. Okay, so let's begin. So this is for week 1, week 2, week 3. All right, and we'll have for week 4. Okay, so let's see what comes up. Look at that beautiful card that's coming for the first week of July. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, and you have the Major Arcana, the Hermit. Very, very interesting spread of cards you have for the whole first week of July with your general reading. Now, let's start with the Ace of Pentacles. Now, the Ace is always about, it's a new beginning, okay? And it's also, if you look at this card, right, whatever you start, or you've been starting since the year, maybe, now we're already almost half of the year, couldn't believe that. So everything is now growing. You see it's sprouting here, the roots and everything. So it's going to be a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity. Now I also urge you to do some manifestation for the next 6 months. Okay, so that whatever you are holding, you can hold it closer to your heart, because everything is, blooming to whatever you have manifested or going to manifest. Beautiful card. Now, along the way, it looks like there is some kind of multitasking that you need to be doing at the second week. So here I see that you need to do some balancing. So probably you want to take a step back and just kind of put in some balance in your life. Maybe it's not always about work, or about family, or relationship. Maybe you need to kind of balance out. So, if you possible, see whether you are able to delegate some of your priorities, maybe manage it, and write down, I used to teach my students and my inmates that, write down the pros, all the jobs first, and then you write at the thing which is, important and urgent. Okay, so important is something that you need to do, but you can just take a step back. Urgent, obviously, you got to do now. In my years of experience living in this planet, not everything is urgent, even though people would say that things can be look urgent, but it's actually important, so if they can wait a little bit, so you might want to do that, okay, before you crash yourself. Now, the Knight of Wands looks like you're going to be fearlessly enjoying something. All right, you're going to take some kind of very passionate, very charming, activities or project. I'm not really can't put a finger on it, but that is definitely something very fearlessly that's going to happen. You're going to be very energetic about it, you're going to be very passionate about it, and you're going to be very confident in whatever you're going to do. So look out for third week. Let's see what's coming up. Maybe if you're going to take a card for your love or your finance or your career, let's see whether anything falls in that track, so I can give you a little more guidance. Now, the last week of July, okay, is a major arcana, so you may need to pay attention here. So the Hermit is all about, doing some self-reflection, going into yourself and, withdrawing it. You need to connect with your divine. So I feel that, this card might link with here. So you may want to do something, that is close to your heart, probably in the next, 6 months of the year. So you're already starting to think. So you might be going into your hermit mode. You might be going into your solitude life, and you're going to find out what is going to bring you happiness. But we don't know, okay? Roughly, there is going to be a lot of work, balance, something, a new project you might going to be starting with, and then you need to go in, deep dive in and see what is it that you are going to be connected with. All right, so what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to pull 4 cards. Okay, similarly, this is for your love, your romance, your relationship, okay, your partnership. Okay, take however it resonates with you, right? So this wants to come, but later I said no. Okay, so we have a King of Cups. Wow. And then you have 4 of Swords. And then you have the Knight of Swords. And you have another major arcana. Look at it. The last week of July looks like you have a major arcana, meaning there is something that you might need to consider. Okay, so that is Chariot. Okay, that was the Hermit, so that's a Chariot with regarding to love. So let's see first week regarding your love. So that's a King of Cups. Now, the king is very, very has a leadership. They're very matured in their love. They are not going to pick in, whatever comes may. So you might have someone or you going to be very matured in your love. You're going to think this is the time to make a deep connection. So you might want to, probably this is what you might want to do. Okay, if you're very fuzzy about your love life, probably you may need to bring a balance of your thoughts and your hearts. Okay, you need to balance, but looks like there's some kind of you need to make some kind of connection in your life, or someone is trying to connect with you. All right, so take how it resonates. Now, 4 of Swords, it's basically time alone. So this goes very well with this card, okay? Because I said that you need to bring into balance your thoughts, your intellectual and your feelings, your emotion. You need to balance it. If not, you're like everywhere, okay? So maybe second week looks like in order to connect with deep into here, you might need to withdraw. And probably I feel, okay, there are two person in your life that you want to consider, who you want to, deepen your love with. So you want to take some me time, and you may want to connect with yourself and do some reflection. Okay, do some reflection emotionally, get yourself recharged mentally and emotionally, because there's something you need to consider with regards to your romance in July. Now, the Knight of Swords, okay, is a very interesting characteristic, because someone or you, maybe after reflecting, I don't know, okay, I'm just saying what my guides are trying to say, okay, is either you or them, take however it resonates, might be afraid to commit. Okay, they are not ready to commit right now. They may need some time. They are quite indecisive about their feelings or their thoughts. Similarly, or it could be you, okay, because there are two people in your life right now. You might be quite indecisive about that. Take your time. Don't rush. You rather take your time and you mature and enjoy the love, rather than you go impulsively, and then if that doesn't work out, then you're going to get very hurt, and then there's going to be a heartbreak and guilt and pain. So I usually suggest to my clients that it's always take time, especially with love. Now love need to be matured. Okay, it takes time, it takes years to understand, because people are very complex, humans are very complex, they keep changing. So you may want to take some time on the third week, and recollect what you think about the person. All right, now this is where, okay, your major arcana comes in. So sometimes your surrounding, they will ask you to take a action, but my humble suggestion is, okay, if you can see, don't charge like the bull. All right, take your time, no need to rush, sit back and see, what you want in your love. You take the control. Okay, you take the control. You don't need let other people to take control of your love. All right, you be the master of what you want. So I see overall in your love for the month of July, you need to do a lot of thinking, take a step back, do a decision, no need to rush, but at the same time, you take charge. If someone else is pushing you, all right, tell them that you need time. Okay, so basically, this is what is it, in a very quick, what I'm going to do about love for you. Now, also, as I said to you, I will be doing love reading, so watch out for that. So in my channel, and then maybe at that time you'll get a clearer picture. Okay, I'm doing this because I got need rooms to pull up more cards. So now I'm going to pull up cards for your career. Okay, so let's see what cards come for my beautiful collective Virgo. All right, so this is for your week 1, week 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. So let's turn the cards. Major Arcana. Another Major Arcana. This is for your career. And you have the King of Pentacles. And you have another Major Arcana. Holy cow, look at that. You have 3 Major Arcana for your career. You really need to, hear out what the cards would like to say, because, there is very important message that you have regarding your career. Okay, so before I even read, my angels were trying to tell you that when you go in your hermit mode, this is where you need to consider about your love. So you actually need to shut down, withdraw yourself from the, this fuzzy world, and you want to consider what you want to do with regards to your love. Okay, now the world, I sense there is trouble coming up for some of you. And some of you are going to be so happy that you have accomplished the first half of the year. I see that you're going to, celebrate, and you're going to be very happy. Maybe you have completed a project and you might be starting something. So that is a great news for you here regarding your career. So wonderful news. Now, you may have to do some kind of, this is also a major arcana, okay? You might need to take some time to clear what's your next move. So probably after celebrating your completion, fulfilling, some of you might be thinking, what's next? So probably in second week of July, there is a lot of reflection that you need to do because you might be unsure of your next job. Okay, some of you may also need more information to decide what you want to do. Okay, so this is a very important message. So don't worry, something will come up. Okay, but enjoy first your completion and then think of what's to do. Now, the King of Pentacles is talking about you going to be admired. So I feel like what's next? I think you're going to end up with another project. So you're going to be admired. I feel like, someone is going to ask you to, join in the venture. So that sounds very promising here. So you are going to get a new project, new prospect. Okay. You're going to be more wise because you learned a lot in this career. So you are going to, shine. Okay, you're going to shine. Excellent. Right. I'm very proud of you. Now, then when it comes to probably the new project or probably the new job that you might thinking, this is another major arcana. So I feel that you may need to pause and reflect. Don't immediately jump. Get information. Okay, this card is also about information. All right. So get information. What do you want to do? What direction you want to go? Whether you want to go on to the same direction and then you complete, or you want to do something like really, new. So pause and reflect, look at different perspective, all right, as much as you can. No need to rush, all right, because you want to end up in a job that you really like, right? If not, then you'll feel like, oh my God, what have I done? And especially if you have already signed, any contract, okay, that is going to be pretty hard. So you might want to wait and consider and reflect before you jump the gun. Reflect, okay? So you need to, on the last week of the month, looks like you have a lot of reflection to do. So you need to reflect about your love life and about your career. Beautiful, okay? So finally, I'm going to, pull for your finances, okay? And let's see what comes regarding your finance. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to pull 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So let's see. You have a major arcana. You have another major arcana. You have 3 major arcanas and the Hanged Man. Holy moly, look at that. Regarding your finances, you have 4 major arcana, and for your career, you have 3 major arcana. What is going on, my wonderful Virgo friends? Okay, now, about your work, there is going to be an ending, obviously, because you're celebrating, right? So there is going to be some kind of an ending, and you may have to have a different view about your finances, because I see that you have ended a project, so you might be worried about your finances. Now look, okay, don't worry, because there is already a job waiting for you, but you just need to take on. So you might be a little worried about your finances, but don't worry. Okay, so the cards are just telling what's going to happen, so it's pretty much you're all right. Now, You will have a very balanced with regards to your finances. It's already another major arcana. So I feel like there is going to be some kind of a very balanced, fair and honest dealings are coming your way. So after this project is over, you are worried about your finances, but don't worry, okay, because you're very unclear. But before you leave this place, I think they're going to give you some kind of very fair and very honest kind of dealings to you, or they may be offering you, about another job offer. So that is why you're quite confused and very unsure about here. So take however it resonates, and that is why probably you need to juggle. Okay, on the second week there's a lot of juggling coming up. What do you want? But I feel like this card is more for your, your relationship, not much for it. But this, arcana is pretty much for all of them. Yeah. Now it is the emperor, of course, is an it's all about having discipline, having responsible plan. Okay, plan what's your next move. Yeah, don't go feel just like that. Remember I said to you, there's going to be some action coming in here, but just take some precaution. Check, plan, have a structure, and stabilize before you move on regarding your finances. Okay, whatever you want to do, probably you want to invest or whatever, take time, be cautious. Now I not cannot believe that for your career there's a hanged man, and for your finance it's also a hanged man. All right, I have never seen this before. Okay, very unique. So about your job, they want you to go inward and kind of like connect, find more information to see whether what you want to do. Similarly for your career, evaluate, evaluate. Okay, pause and reflect, pause and reflect, pause and reflect. Okay, for don't jump the gun as well about your love. So there is a lot of pause and reflect that you really need to do towards the end of the month. Okay, but your love life, your career, and about your finances, you really need to go inward and connect with yourself. Go on a hermit mode, solid, go on a you reflect. Okay, if you are able to, my humble suggestion is go on a solo retreat. Okay, and so you will be off from the busy world. Now don't forget, our technology is enough to kill us. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull a card of surrender. So let's see for the whole of July what you can surrender. So by the time you come to your last week of July, you may have a little crystal clear of what you want to do. Don't limit yourself. Okay, so when you are being offered a job, or when you are going into your hermit mode, don't limit yourself. Okay, see like a hanged man. Remember, I see all possibilities, see all angles, right? See all angles what you want to do. Don't, maybe I already mentioned, okay, you might want to consider whether you want to go into the same job or you want to look at another job. All right, you want to go into the same field or you want to go, so it's also good if you can go into another field if you are bold enough, because you will learn more and you'll gain more experience, a wealth of experience. So let's read what this card is trying to tell us. Now, it is healthy to set boundaries in relationship. Practice expressing your needs and remember that no is a complete sentence. Okay, so if you want, you are able to with love as well. All right, surrender to setting limits. So again, see whether you're able to set limits, but at the same time venture out, but you need to have some kind of boundaries. If not, you're like everywhere. So you want to, if you want to express your needs, okay, remember, you don't jump the gun and take the offer that is coming. I mentioned to you, check, check, check. If you have to say no, then just say no. All right. You don't have to please everybody. All right. This world is not about pleasing people. Okay. It's about you living your life. Now, I'm going to end the reading by pulling. Okay, before I can even want to pull the card, this card already wanted to come. Okay, it just jumped out. So it's talking about eternity. Now, this card is from your guardian angel. Okay, before I can even finish the sentence, this card wants to jump. So there's a message from your guardian angel. So let's see what your guardian angel is trying to tell you. Gently move your awareness from the external world. Okay, to a world of light within your heart. So connect with yourself. Okay. And when you want to surrender the limits, connect with your heart when you're going to set the limits. Beautiful. I'm going to read that again. Okay. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are in essence a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. All right, so my wonderful Virgo friends, okay, the card has said itself. The last week is the most crucial for you for the month of July. Something is coming to an end, but it's a good ending because there's going to be money coming in as well. Try to balance yourself, okay, and get more clarity. Okay, there will be a confusion, so get more clarity. Be patient, or don't jump the gun. Stabilize yourself. Okay, be structured, tell what you want, and then go into your hermit mode and decide what you want to do, and evaluate where you want to put your money, and so forth. Okay, so my wonderful Virgo friends, this is your reading, and I truly hope you have enjoyed it. Now, the summary of this reading I posted at the end of this video, so please take a moment to reflect on it. Now, if this reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comment section below, as your insights might help others on their journey. So until the next reading, I'm sending you lots of love and light. Bye.